Sorry, take 2, part 2 on that video, because it just cut out and I didn't want to just leave it up in the air like that. So my name is Asherah Rose. This is part 2 of video, I think it's going to be video 21. No, I already posted video 22, so this is going to be part 2 of video 22. Interesting. And the topic is just talking about the day that my mum allowed me to use spiritual divination to read her. And up until this point, she'd never done that in my life. This was the first time. She's aware of my gifts. She's aware of what I do. She must be, because she's my mum. And my mouth just chats all when it nothing chat. So I can't say the woman don't know Wagwan. I have to say she knows Wagwan. And I have to say she knows who I am. Yeah, she knows who. And you know why I also say that? Because I have said things to my mum and my dad. And realistically, that warranted a box. It warranted a box, straight up. I'm a big woman, I can tell you. My mouth warranted a box. I don't think I didn't get box. I did get box in my mouth. I got box and flipped in my mouth enough times. I got box and flipped in my mouth enough times. Check it. But there were certain times when I thought that definitely warranted a box, and I didn't know where it come from, and it come out. So for example, when I'm shouting at my mum back, because we're talking about the amount of men that she's had come in the house and how unsafe it was, you know, as I've got older and I've having my own kids, and I'm like, no, I'm observing your behavior because you're telling me that you've done your best, but I'm a mum now. I'm a mum and I'm living life, and I can see what going on for me, and I can see what was going on for you at the time, and that you don't add up. That's not your best. And if you think that's your best, you need to really check yourself, because that's not your best. It's not your absolute best. It's not your best. It's not your best. You're lying to yourself, and that's what I'm saying. You live in a false sense of reality, because you really do believe that you've done your best, but you didn't do your best. But you did do your best, Spirit saying to me, because at the end of the day, what a person can only do up to their capacity. So if their cup is only a quarter filled, then if they're reaching that quarter capacity, then that is their best, and that is the truth. But I'm looking at the cup being quarter filled, where unless your cup is at the top or halfway, you ain't doing your best. That's my opinion, but it's a wrong opinion. Because just like when you get children in school, you can't just assume because they're in year 8, they should be working like everybody else in year 8. You have to baseline that child and find out what their working at level is, and then take them from their working at level forward. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. It doesn't matter what the world says they should be doing. You need to ascertain where they are chronologically in their reading, maths, comprehension, whatever it is, processing, and take them there. So when I applied that methodology to Janet and my dad, I can see that, yeah, okay, I can accept that you did your best. Because if you're not healing and you're not trying to be a better person, then your worst will present itself as its best. And that is what Spirit's saying to me. Your worst will present itself as its best. So you have to be careful when you're saying you did your best. You have to really go outside of yourself. Not outside of yourself, like to say the answers are outside of yourself, but you really do need to perhaps start to compare your understanding with somebody else's understanding, but and in a safe environment where you're not going to feel attacked. Because that's the thing about these narcissists. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be seen, so they do everything for you not to see them. They become the class clown, they become abusive, they become loud, they do everything to distract you from what the reality is. They're like magicians. It's like no different from going to a magic show. The magic show, the man performing the magic show is deliberately trying to keep your eyes here, so while his hands are doing something down there. You're not supposed to see what he's doing. It's supposed to present itself as like magic. And that's like these narcissists. They wave around and present other behaviors, just like my ex-husband, such man, is waving around, presenting himself something else to the world, when really, actually, not in the gussle. And if you strip him back, you'll find out that not in the gussle, because just like I sent him an email that said, "Cat's got your tongue," Spirit made me send him another email. At the end of the email, it said, "The Emperor has no clothes on." My ancestors knew that there was going to be a time, and that time ain't even reached yet, you know. That time ain't even reached, but my ancestors have shown me a time where that man will stand, and the cloak that he was using to cover himself, so he's projecting like he's me, Everything that I am, he's projecting. He's going on like he's the top mom in the house and he's cooking and cleaning and he's feeding these kids. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And he's doing this and he's doing that. He never cooked a day when we lived together, and we lived together for years. He never cooked, he never cleaned, he never done nothing. Ask the kids, they know. That's why when I did start to cuss him out, because I'm like, hang on a minute now, enough is enough. You know what I mean? Anytime he washed up and he did something, he's taking 50 WhatsApp videos and 50 pictures just so he can send them around in his little WhatsApp group to make them know, oh, look what I'm doing in the house. Look what, it's all puppy show. So when people are looking at him as being something shiny and everybody's like they want to take Asherah's man, he's not my man, he's any man. Yeah? Back shot, back up the wall. Sorry. I'm hearing that song and it is not my man. He got juiced up. Oh well. He got juiced up. Oh well. That's not my man. That's any man. That's any man. Any man. Any man. Any man. That's not my man, blood. I'll be ashamed to put his picture up on here and show you what he looked like. My man. I don't know him, blood. I've never seen that guy before in my life, G. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the ancestors telling me that there will be a time where I will not even remember him. I will not even remember that past 20 years of my life. It's like it's all been eradicated. And the worst thing, the crazy thing is that I'm getting younger and younger. I'm getting younger and younger. They're literally giving me back the 20 years of my life. And my body right now, with what I've done to it, I look like my 17-year-old self when my titties was perky and firm. And my mum was like, yo, you guys come in the living room, let me test on her. And she was like, who can put the pencil underneath their breasts? And if you put the pencil underneath your breast and the pencil stayed, your titty ain't stiff. This is my mum, you know. You don't have stiff titty. When I put the pencil under my breast, the pencil kept falling out. There was the titties stand up, blood. And them are the tits that I've got right now. Them are the tits that the Almighty's giving me. And me not even start work out the body yet. In my mind, I'm still the mom with 5 kids and stretch marks. But that person is dying. I am going through a death right now. I am going through a mental link to physical death at the moment where I am coming in to my new body. And I'm wearing certain clothes that I have never worn before because I was pregnant from 17. So where would I have wore these beautiful glamour dresses and tied up this and rare tear? You know what I'm saying? I just come out of school. So they really are spoiling me. But back to Janet. So anyway, I do understand from my mum's perspective that it is hard. It is hard. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm judging her and I don't get it, because I do get it. You know, trauma is a real thing. Pain is a real thing. And hurt people really do hurt people. But you have to start working on yourself and releasing all that tension and all that anger. What happened to you, Mom, was... don't say that, Granddad. I was about to say that, you know, this story that I know, I was going to say that I don't know if it's true, but because I know the story and I've heard the story so many times, they're saying to me that I do know, but at the same time, I don't want to know, if that makes sense. But I knew at the time, never mind now. So, are you insisting though? I'm gonna carry on and leave that and put a pin in what they're telling me, because I've said to them, if you really want me to say that, Granddad, then bring it round again, bring it round on the timeline again, because I know. I feel like emotionally and energetically, I'm having some responses in my body which are confirming certain things, but at the same time, it's me trying to save Janet. But there's no point me trying to save Janet, because that's all I've done with these people. Their whole life is trying to save them, but I don't need to save you. What you need to do is hear the truth, so the truth can set you free and you can heal from it. Yeah, so it sounds like mean talk, but it's not mean talk. So I'm just gonna talk. I will talk it because I can feel it. I will talk and say what my granddad wants me to say. Yeah, and he's wanted me to say this for a long time. I knew this from the day, Janet. Okay, that's how long I knew this. My battery is low. I want you to know that I knew this from the time. It's not today and tomorrow that I've had this information. I've had this information for years. I've just not spoke on this information, not directly to you anyway, or not directly to anybody. Whoops. Let me plug in this. Oh my God, they took the whole thing out. You know, they usually have the plug in the middle. They've took it out, so I have the plug. Yeah. Oh, how inconvenient. How inconvenient. Okay, so I was telling you on the other video that there was a time when my granddad was at the house. My nan had gone to Jamaica and he was up there by himself. So I remember telling you on the video that I called my mum about going up and getting my granddad, and my mum was like, if that's what you feel to do, go and get granddad. So I did. Anyway, I had to go to some business event on one of the days that granddad was living with me. So I asked my mum, planned with my mum to say, Mummy, next week I've got a business event. Can I drop granddad to yours in the morning and then pick him back up on the way back? So my mum was like, of course, of course. So my mum was like, it's going to be great. I'm going to spend the whole day with my dad, blah, 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 blah. And me and him's going to chill. I'm going to get Nardo to steam 2 salmon fish heads because my granddad loves eating the head of fish. Apparently, I googled it, and if you eat fish brains, you get really smart. So maybe that's why he's so clever. I don't know. But he loves a steamed salmon head. And Nardo loves to cook. My little sister's dad, my mum's partner, he does like to cook, and he's a very, very good cook too. He's taught me a lot. My cornmeal porridge mash up the place, you know what I mean? But again, it's Nardo, and I know that cornmeal porridge is not cooking, but it's, as far as I'm concerned, not everybody can cook cornmeal porridge. Not everybody can cook cornmeal porridge. Some people don't cook out the cornmeal, so the cornmeal's still hard, and what will happen is it will swell up in your belly, and it. Anyway, let me not go there. So, my mum's organised. So the morning of the day, I've dropped my granddad to my mum's house, said bye, and left them, gone to this work event. So I've come back to let me take off my hat. I've got lines on my forehead. As I said, alopecia, man. I've been going through it in this marriage. Trust me, this is the least of it. Yeah. But anyway, but also that I'm an avatar and I'm predator. Literally, I've seen my ancestors as predator. I've even seen. Sorry to go off subject, but I've got lots of spirit animals around me. Yeah, I've got like animals that are my guides too. They're not just humans, they're animals. And it, like, if you know, in the esoteric community they talk about spirit guides. I'm coming back to it, granddad. I am, and it's not going anywhere. We know the story. But anyway, I just wanted to say, one of my spirit guides, I've never seen an animal or whatever like this. So it's actually from like outer space. This is a galactic spirit guide. But what it actually looks like, I'm telling you now, it's massive. So it's off the floor and it's about this high, and it's an armadillo. It looks like an armadillo. So it's got this like hard layered shell on it, but its head and its face, it looks like Predator. It's got dreads. This massive armadillo has got dreads, and it's purple. It's purple, mate. But like I said, I'm not here to convince anybody. You know what I mean? Who knows, and who don't know, whatever. And the ships are coming. Let's hope you get to the harbour in time. So yeah, that's one of my my spirit guides. I've got a flamingo too, and he talks with an American accent. See, this is where it really looks like mental health, and it really does look like mental health, but it's true. You know what I mean? It's true. I've got a flamingo. And if you buy a spirit animal guidebook, flamingos in there, And I can, if it wasn't for the fact that I was recording on this phone, I'd be able to bring up the book because I took pictures of it at my shamanic teacher's house, and I'll be able to tell you what the spirit guide flamingo means. It's a real thing. People have written books on this. This is not me. You know what I mean? This can all be proven. There's literature, and there's other people in the world that they're already aware of this. But I get that there's gonna be some people watching these videos that aren't aware of it, and I get it. So back to my mum. So I've dropped my granddad off and said bye. On the way back to my mum's house to collect my granddad, and I've gone in the house and everything. My mum's got my granddad ready. He's already got his coat on. Nardo cooked 2 steamed fish heads. So my granddad had eaten one, and he's got one to take back with him to come to mine. So he's all packed up. So my mum's smiling ear to ear. She looks like a little girl. She's in her inner child element. And it's so beautiful to see. It really is. You know what I mean? She spent the whole day with her dad, and that's what she wanted. So anyway, we're walking out the house, and my mum's walking me and my granddad back to the car. And I put my granddad in the car and helped him in. And I'm talking to my mum on the grass. And my mum, she leans over and hugs me. And my mum, she's not a huggy person. She's not an affectionate person. So please put it into perspective that she was really, really delighted by it. And she said, you know what, Asherah, thank you so much for bringing my dad here to spend the day with me. We've had such a lovely time, we really have. And I've been able to talk to my dad about, you know, when I says that my mum went through a lot of sexual assault because my granddad had, like, I'm seeing 3 white men, but I don't know the number of white men that was living in the house. But for some reason, I'm seeing 3 white men. Could have been more, could have been less, but I'm seeing 3 white men. My granddad had these 3 white men living in the house. And I can't even understand why there's 3 white men, because to be honest, there is 3 rooms upstairs, and my nan and granddad lived in the front room. So actually, if every room upstairs was being rented, there would be 3 men up there. So I don't know, but I'm seeing 3 white men anyway. And I remember I says that one of those men actually moved in the house next door. So every day my mum would have seen this jankro. So when I say there's trauma, and she's being buggered from like 5 years of age. So she's being buggered before the time she even consciously knows what's happening to her. Oh. So she's saying to me, thank you for bringing my dad. I've been able to spend the whole day with him, and I've been able to talk about these things with my dad, because all her life, she's basically saying to me, is that she thought her dad was aware and didn't say anything, or I don't know if that's what she's saying to me. She thought he was aware and didn't do anything about it, you know what I mean? But when she sat down with granddad, he had told her that he wasn't aware. So that had freed her up. It had freed some of the hurt, because she loves her dad, he loves her, and growing up, I guess she couldn't understand why he hadn't saved her, which most children think that. When something bad happens to you and your parents are there, you feel let down by your parents, because your parents should be there to protect you. That's their job, to protect you. And she didn't feel protected. But on this particular day, she had spoke to her dad. He had let her know certain things, and it had freed her. So she was genuinely really happy. But the thing is that when she was telling me how happy she was, I was getting the downloads of that not being the truth. And this is what I find so confusing, because these ancestors have been talking to me my whole life, even when my nan and granddad was alive. So the fact that these voices still talk to me like they're my nan and granddad that are present, that are dead today, I'm like, well, who was the people that was talking to me all these years? Because it's the same people. This is what's such a mindfuck. It's like these people are here in the physical flesh to support me, but spiritually they've always been supporting me too. You think that when somebody's dead, it's that soul that's looking after you, but I'm understanding that no. But because I also now have a better understanding about timelines, and that we are many different selves on timeline, so it's not impossible for my nan and granddad to be the ones that are talking to me, even though they are on earth in the physical flesh, even though they're not on the earth on the physical flesh now. So yeah, I mean, anybody who's got some answers to that, I'd really be helpful to kind of understand how that might be the case, because that is my belief, and I've tested it, and that is what it is. So so it was literally granddad telling me in a download that it's not true, when she's telling me granddad has just told her it is true. So that's what's happening at the time, because obviously my granddad is alive. So he's told me it's not true, that he did know, and that actually it was just actually it was part, it not, I want to say it was part of the agreement to help pay off the house. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the message is. That's why I think I haven't wanted to say it to my mum, because not only does my mum think it's the opposite of what she was thinking, it's actually worse than what she was thinking, because not only did he know that was like an arrangement, which is just fucking awful, isn't it? You know, and that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know if it is true, but I can't say I don't know if it's not true. It is true, because it's something that I've been aware of for many, many, many years. My granddad died in 2015. You know, we're in 2026 now, so at least before the last 11 years, because it's not the year that he died that we know this. It was years before that, I think 2013, if anything, or if not before. So I've had this information for a very, very long time, and it hasn't changed. They haven't come with a different story to overlap that story. This is the story, and this is what my granddad's still pushing right now in the moment for me to relay. And the reason why they're telling me to relay it is because allegedly my mum did the same thing with me. I am the sacrifice my mum made in order to get the house at 21 Hall Road, which is why my mum can't move from that house. My mum's always on about she won't leave the house, but actually she's tied to the house. These are downloads that I've had throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? And it's not hard for me to believe that my mum, probably did fucking sacrifice me, because my mum was locked in. My mum would tell you that she ordered a table and chairs, a dining set off Carol Pitney's mum, who's a big time Obeah woman. She's dead now, but big time Obeah woman. If you know Lozel's Handsworth side, then and you in and stuff like that, you would know Miss Pitney. And so my mum ended up buying, like paying down. Like every week she's paying money, and she's paying money on this table and chairs, and now she can't pay for the table and chairs, basically, is what mum was saying. And she come to understand and realise that Obeah work had been put on the table and chairs to keep my mum in a cycle. But if you go back to some of the earlier videos, you hear me getting excited and talking about 104. So 104 was like a Black Saturday school that my mum would send us to. And I have a memory of me and my sister being downstairs in the cellar with Miss Pitney and her daughter, Carol Pitney, that is my mum's friend. I'm the daughter's friend. Me and Carol's Pitney's daughter, we ride Juanica Pitney. But I'm under 104 with Carol and Carol's mom and my little sister and me. Where's my mom? Where's my mom? Why is Carol here? Why is Carol at 104? And why is Miss Pitney at 104? And why has Miss Pitney got a cock, like a chicken cock, in her hand that she's cutting the fucking neck off? And then coming over the table that we are, and there's blood dripping on the table. Why am I having these memories now? The blood dripping has come to me during the Kundalinis, but the memory as a child being in that building has been with me from the day I went into that building. So these are things that I thought of throughout the years as a child. Like, why was we there anyway? Why was we there, Mom? But I understand that there's certain things that you're into too. You know what I mean? Knowingly or unknowingly, I don't know. But as a mother, you should know where your Pitney them are. So why have you left your Pitney to go off with Carol Pitney and Miss Pitney's mom, knowing what Carol Pitney is all about? And I'm not with Juanica. Juanica's not there. Where's Carol's blood clot Pitney? Why isn't she sitting down, bent on fours at this altar, praying? Work that one out. So your granddad told me to tell you, your dad told me to tell you, just like you use Asherah as the sacrifice to get the yard, you was used as the sacrifice to get the yard, same way. How does that feel? You did it to me not knowing that it had already been done to you. But that's why you did it, because it had already been done to you, because that's the lessons. A lot of the time we find ourselves in situations where we are the victim and the perpetrator. What somebody did to us, we find ourselves doing to somebody else, because we're supposed to experience it from both perspectives, as wicked as it sounds. Sometimes you get people that have been abused and they become the abuser, and you're thinking, how can somebody who got sexually assaulted go off and sexually assault somebody else? It's because they're supposed to have that lived experience in order to understand and forgive their perpetrator, because now they're in the same situation as their perpetrator. So if you know that you're in the same situation as your perpetrator, how can you still be bitter with your perpetrator? You have to learn to forgive your perpetrator, because the universe has come around and put you in the same situation. Same situation. So instead of hating yourself for being a son of a fucking bitch like your perpetrator, you have to find forgiveness. I'm sitting down here sometimes, not here, but in my life, and I'm finding myself being compassionate to a paedophile, because I'm getting all this information from a paedophile's perspective, and it makes sense. It makes sense from their perspective. I didn't say it makes sense from my perspective, but I can see the logic in their argument. I can see the logic in their argument based on what they're saying and the number of variables around it. Just in my head, though, I'm not actually talking to a paedophile to know what this is like in real life. I'm just saying, like, through my downloads, through my thoughts, Spirit's able to bring these two composing perspectives to me. And because I'm able to stand in third person position, where I'm no longer judge and I'm no longer executioner, I'm just somebody who's observing, like Solomon, which is how it's supposed to be. I'm able to take on two perspectives and see where each person's coming from. You don't have to agree with it, but you do have to try to understand. And I says to my mum, your problem is that you like to stand in first position. So when I talk to my mum, I talk to my mum from an NLP perspective, which is neuro-linguistic programming, because I understand that there's a lot in her brain that needs to be reprogrammed. So over the years, this is what I've been doing, but I've been doing it with a venom tongue. I really have. But I have done nicey with her too, but she don't talk nicey language. You know what I mean? Her language is direct, but even when you go direct with her, she goes on like she can't hear you. It's really weird. She hears you, but she don't do nothing to change you. And that's the biggest sin of all. Because you know what, Janet, this is what Grandad just said. When you know better, you should do better. And you know better and you choose not to do better. Imagine. My whole life, what have you said to me? If you know better, do better. So why don't you do better? Because you know better. You're telling us and your girl children, don't let no man beat you in your face. And then we're watching you as we grow up, and you got man beating you in your face. What do you mean? You know better, do better. That's not the man for you. So from I've been a little girl, I've been throwing my mum's boyfriends out the house or telling them to come out. As little as I am, trust me, you think I've just started to fight wars right now? I've been fighting wars all my life. All my life. One time my mum had this, I mean, they're all fucking mad, don't get me wrong, but one time she really did have a madman in the yard. She really did have a madman in the yard. And she was scared. And it's not normal for me to see my mum scared. Not at this age anyway, I don't remember seeing her scared. It's about 14, 15. And she's scared to the point where she's called her brother, Uncle Hyde, to come down to come sort out this fucking man in her yard, innit? I didn't even know she called Uncle Hyde for that. It's like listening to the conversation, because I'm in the living room and they're talking. And the thing is, you see, when I clocked what the two of them was whispering about, it's like they're whispering about how they're going to get this man out the house. And I don't know if Spirit has clocked on or I've overheard the conversation, because I am in the living room now. But as soon as I have come to realise that they are talking about how they're going to get rid of this man, I've just instantly taken it upon myself to go upstairs, get the man's clothes or whatever his fucking bag was, and fling the fucking thing out of Dotty on the road. Come out my yard. Come out my yard. And what do you think the man's done? The man's come out the yard and I've shut my front door back. And I've looked at my mum and I've looked at my uncle, because I don't know what the problem is. I honestly do not know what the problem is. You don't want this man in the yard. It still ain't making no sense to me, because I don't understand why Uncle Hyde's here. And I don't understand why you're going on. And also, if Uncle Hyde's here, what's the man still doing in the yard? Ain't Uncle Hyde a bad man? No. Uncle Hyde is not a bad man. Just like, none of them are bad man. And if they're bad man, I didn't see no bad man that day. You know what I'm saying? I saw my bad man. I saw my masculine come out and made a man know. He never even knocked the door. He never even knocked the door to come back in the house. The same day I shut the door was the last time I set eyes on him. That was the last time we heard from him. I said, what is this? What is this? What is this? I need peace and quiet in my yard. Come out. I don't play. And if my mum's got man in the yard and the man's going on stupid, I'm the first to tell the man you're going on fucking stupid. I don't know what it is about my mouth. And I don't understand why I'm so gangster. Because I really do act like I'm fucking gangster. But I tell you something, it's not an act. It's not a fucking act. There is a big monster inside of me. And I feel it. I feel it. I'm like, yo. I'm like, whoa. Sometimes the words that come out of my mouth, I'm telling you, I'm ready to. Listen, if I thump you, you fly. Because it's not me thumping you, it's something else. And when my kids were trying to restrain me, when I was going on with things in the house, they're like, yo, mum. And this is why it's taking 6 of them at the hospital to jump on me, because whatever is in me is taliwa. That is a Jamaica saying, we're little but we're taliwa, meaning we're little but we're strong and mighty. Strong and mighty. I'm strong and mighty. I'm strong and mighty. I've seen it and I've seen it and I've seen it and I've seen it and I've seen it to the point where I can chat it and look at you straight in your face and tell you, I'm strong and mighty. I'm strong and mighty, and I don't go nowhere and I don't trouble nobody, and I don't go nowhere and I don't start no beef with nobody. I don't need to. But if you come to me with some beef, try you're gonna lose all your teeth, not some teeth. All your teeth will be lost. All of your teeth will be lost. Every single teeth will be lost. Every teeth. Where's all that coming from? These are the bits that I would like to assess about myself, because I really want to know where that energy comes from, why that energy is so confident. Why does that energy really, 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 really believe every word that just come out my mouth? Like, I can't even turn around and say, you know what, differently here. I say that, but inside I'm also getting an energy like I'm a little bit worried, or I'm doubting myself, or there's some type of indication that that is not the whole truth. Like, I'm able to lie detect and check my body, and I can honestly check my body, and ain't nothing in my body giving off a sign, a feeling, an energy to tell me it's not true. If anything, it's revving it up that it is actually fucking true, to the fact that my back is getting fucking hot and I'm sweating. My armpits are starting to fucking tingle because it's so true. Where is that from? That's what I want to know. Who am I? Who am I? Because when I go to war, I don't need a man next to me. I don't need nobody next to me. I'm going to war by myself. I'm leaving that and going to war by myself. I'm leaving with my suitcase and going to Africa by myself. I'm jumping on a plane by myself. I'm by myself. All the time. I walk by myself. I'm by myself. I'm by myself, and I inside knows nobody can't touch me. Nobody can do me nothing. And I walk by myself. I go town by myself. I go westbound, but I go everywhere by my blood clot self. Why? Why? So it's not just a research into the physical 3D side. It's also research into the spiritual side, because I would really like to know who I am on every dimension, in every multi-universe, in every possible reality. You know what I mean? Because the way I feel and the way I think, I already know it's not normal. I can tell you it's not normal. Because even for me, sometimes it freaks me out and I'm like, okay, hang on a bit. And sometimes I really do jump out my skin. And I'm like, hang on a bit. I need time to catch up. I need to process what's happening in my body physically, in my mind mentally, in my body emotionally, and around me spiritually. I need time to catch up because it's very fast. There's a lot happening and there's a lot to comprehend, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love the learning of it and everything else, but sometimes it really does lift me off the ground. Sometimes I literally am in the air and I'm just like, wow, wow, wow. They're telling me it's sauna time now. That's cool. But yeah, I want to say, as in the 3D me, that anybody who knows me and information is coming up, I'm not going to tell you not to be offended, because at the end of the day, it's your right to be whatever it is that you want to be. And to be honest, there is a part of me that really doesn't give a damn how you feel. But at the same time, there is a part of me that, not that I care how you feel, but I can understand how the disinformation can cut. Because I'm hearing it the same time it comes out my mouth, so I get that it can cut. But we also know the truth does cut, but it will also set you free. And I can't be the person protecting you guys from your karma no more. I just have to let your karma run. And part of my job is to be that karma. I am karma. I am walking karma. The ancestors have made me know I am walking karma. You do me something, try and know something is coming for you. It's inevitable. And I'm talking even the smallest thoughts. That's how serious my goons are. You utter my name, the knife that cutteth will come for you. Trust me. It's like there's a book that I'm listening to, an audio book, and it talks about ISIS, and it said that, and it just sat with me, and I was like, yo, and I said, that's you're ISIS. And I know I'm ISIS because I've had downloads and stuff like that depicted as ISIS, and that's absolutely fine. But I just didn't know ISIS was such a bad girl. She is like the destroyer of man. That's why I go so hard with men. You know what I mean? That's why I go so hard with men. Women are not my competition. I'm sorry, lovely. You don't interest me. You're not supposed to be my competition anyway. You're supposed to be my reflection. So I'm not sorry. But the men, I don't know what it is. I always want to go toe to toe with the man them, regardless. I'm not scared of men. I'm not scared of white men. I'm not scared of Asian men. I'm not scared of black men. I don't care what color you are. I don't care how big you are. I don't care what the fuck you got going on. Trust me, I'll bring it to your blood clot knees. And I've seen it 100 times, man. Bad man, be bad man, bad man, bad man. Bad man for who? I want a bad man. Bring me 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 a warrior that walks by himself. Bring me a general. That's what I liked about Jason. Anywhere you walk with Jason, because I went into some hellish places with Jason, and no matter where we went, and he walks alone too. He's a lone wolf. He don't walk with no man. He walks by himself. And any club that he's taking me to, or we're walking in, the big dread yardie men, I'm talking like, proper authentic yardie, not the ones that pretend, but I'm talking like proper man. And because I grew up around 12 tribe and all them things, I know what an authentic yardie looks like. I know what a Rasta man feels like energetically and whatever. Plus I can see them, and I can see what kind of men and what kind of warlocks and what kind of underground something this is. This is literally hell on earth. And these mans, as soon as he pulls up or he's gone to the door, whatever, general. You get what I'm saying? Is hello. You get what I'm saying? That's how the man them talk. You get what I'm trying to say? That they just really go home to make a man know he's seen. And then they're calling him general, big man. I calling this guy general. Who's this guy to be general? General, general lead the army. That's a general. Like a general is the top dog of everything, general. And they're calling this lone wolf, this little man that I'm with, general. You ain't no simple somebody that I'm with. That's what I'm saying. The Almighty don't bring simple people to me. They don't bring simple people, and I told you already, I seen this man's body armor. He's naked in my bed, and I've pushed him out the bed to look at him, and I can see all these markings on his skin from his neck, from his neck. to the wrist of his hands, to the ankles of his feet. Ask him, did that happen? Was you in Asherah's bed and she told you to stand up and she's telling you what's on your body, and he's gonna say, yeah, I seen him. These are avatars, Waka. These are Marvel heroes, man. These mans can do things in the spiritual world, but they're gonna be able to do it in the 3D world because I've seen them. I've seen them with their level up. In the future though. But which future? Which timeline? I don't know, but I know I've seen it. And that's why I'm like, contenders, ready. And I've got the Bridgerton bats because I'm the prize. I'm the prize. I'm the prize. So who's going to go to war for me? All of them, I've already seen it. I've already recorded it. And you hear me say, yellow man's where pink man, but where white man's coming in. It's hilarious, man. The ancestors are funny. I got my nan and my granddad on the ceiling of the bedroom, laughing and commentating too. And I swear, we're having a bloody blast. We're having an absolute laugh together, and that's what you can hear on the dictaphone. We're having a laugh, and everybody's getting called out on this dictaphone because I thought I'm just in my room playing around with the ancestors. I didn't know this was real, but it was real because the people that are coming in my room are real. They're alive and they're talking. You know what I mean? And shit's going on, and there's judges and courts going on, and I'm like, what? Like I said, at some point I've had to say, whoa, stop. I thought this was a game, and clearly this is not a game. This is not a game. You got my kids running around the house getting involved in Freemasonry shit. Stop. I said stop. I needed a minute. I needed a timeout. I didn't get much of a timeout though, don't get me wrong. Boom, I'm back in again and I'm somewhere else, the bumbleclot. But they know that I said no. I don't mind playing, but I'm not having my kids playing. That's what I said. I'm not having my kids playing, but I think it was too late. It's like I have to shut the door 3 times before I open it. Like open it, shut it. And when it's like different rounds. I don't even know how to explain it good properly, but I will. But it's a systematic approach we're taking. So they want me to just touch quickly on that. So what I was thinking, one of the videos that I did was 5 hours long. I think there's about an hour of it sleeping, and I did mention that I understand that some of it is I'm recording myself sleeping, but it's very necessary because things happen to me in my sleep too. So anything that I can catch on camera is good. Yeah, and it's good for me too because I want to see, I want to know. So again, we're going through this. I want to say at the same time, but I'm going through it in real time. And I don't know when you're going to watch this video, do you? But as you go along the videos, you will see that I'm discovering things at the same time. The next video is coming on, and I will refer back to the old video to make you know that this is something that I've just learned about myself. But basically what Spirit's telling me to do is to take the video that is 5 hours, run it through the AI, prompt the AI to know that I want it to assess the video, and I want it to produce a systematic literature review on the 5 hour video, just on the one video, because I want to see if the AI is able to pick up that there's several different conversations and several different things kind of going on. Just to see what the AI's understanding is and what the AI makes of it. And then if the AI is able to do that, because obviously this is not something I've told AI to do, but this is something that my ancestors are telling me that AI can do. So we're going to do it live. When I say live, I'm going to record the happening of it. And then, in fact, I could do it on my laptop when I come out the sauna. They're saying do it now. Shall we do it now? All right. Out. I did charge up the laptop a little bit, but let's see if it's charged enough for me to do this. So this is the laptop. I swear down, my back bloody getting out. It was getting out. I feel like my jumper's a little bit. Yeah, my back is wet for true. Can't show you the wetness properly because I don't think you'll be able to see, but my back is raw wet. But that was coming from when I was saying that I'm walking alone on this journey. Let's see if I can rest that there because I do need 2 hands. I don't, but I would like 2 hands. So plus they've just reminded me that I want to upload that course too. So this is some evidence to say that I was in a court hearing. So this is oh, it said, look at that. It is a criminal offence for anyone to record or transmit all or any part of the hearing. I've literally just seen that. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's the front cover anyway of the hearing that I was in on Friday last week. So I'm gonna X out that tab because it's Google Chrome, and then get rid of that because that's got confidential information about the hearing. And I want to go over here, open up my AI. I'm not going to share which AI platform I'm using because Spirit said it's none of your business, but also because I don't mind sharing if it's working for me. It definitely will work for you, but that's not what this is. The Spirit saying to me, we're not here because there's certain people that are copycatting me. Yeah, so they're literally watching these videos and watching me so that they can get to know what I'm doing, so they can try and run off and do it too. So my ancestors are like, certain things about my business and certain things about the things that I'm doing, they won't let me talk it. So even yesterday when I said I just designed the course, and even AI is like, fucking out, this is amazing. Because the ancestors gave me the download, so it's not me. The creativity comes from source, alright, but it's a money maker. But I'm not to share that. I'm supposed to just put it up, and then when push comes to shove, when it's up and running and whatever, you'll see the pudding, because the proof will be in the pudding. But you would have known that the idea come this time, and I'm telling you that the idea come from Spirit. Alright, so let me just find out if it can do it. No, they never said to find out if it can do it. They said to tell it to do it. Okay, so conduct, that's what we'll say. Conduct, I'm typing with one finger, okay. Systematic review, no, literature review, sorry. So commit a systematic literature review on the following video. What is it that you want it to assess, Spirit? But basically we want it to assess whether or not it's able to pick up the multi personalities and just basically their understanding. So basically I just want the AI, they just want to see whether or not the AI can have a look at the transcript of the video and then determine from that transcript what's going on. So I'm going to go onto YouTube. If I show you, then you'll see the AI software that I'm using. So that's why I've got the camera on me rather than you. But when they give me the report, I will read the report out live so you can see what the AI said about it. Okay, that's what they've said to do. So conduct a systematic literature review on the following video. That, in fact, that's what they've said to do. Just done there. Simple. So first of all, I need to go to YouTube and grab the video. And it's the 5-hour one is what we're looking for, which I've already uploaded, but that's if they've finished loading to be honest. So I want to close that later. Use your existing webcam for a quick. No, I don't want to do nothing. Get set up on live stream now. Don't worry, you'll have a chance to review settings before you go live. Schedule a stream for later. No, I don't want to do any of that. Why can't you come off? Who's... No, I literally can't get rid of this page. I don't want to do any of that. The software and built-in webcam. No, I don't want to do any of that. Let me press now and see what happens. No, it's up. What the fuck? Get off my page. See what I'm saying? Like these pop-ups, yeah. But actually, why are you there? Let me go back to just YouTube. See if I can open up a different page, because that's not going away. I don't want the live bit, I just want YouTube. Alright, here we are. So I should be able to show you this bit, innit? Yeah, so we want to go into, put that over there. We want to go into history or my videos. Some of them are still, you see how they're still uploading? They're still uploading. So I'm looking for the 5-hour one, but the 5-hour one hasn't finished uploading yet. See, look at some of these videos. Look at these videos, because I'm telling you guys that I've been learning about my personality from time. So some of these videos go way back when. Yeah, so look at these. This is January 22. Yeah, then we've got more. I'm just wondering if I was filming in 21. Is that my last one? Yeah, this is my last one. So Madhouse. I'm sure I put a video up of me in the Madhouse actually. But you see, all of these are my personalities. You get what I'm trying to say? So if I go to this one, Ren, you know how it says that the Egyptians have got this understanding? So hello collective, welcome to part 1 of Asherah's video. For those of you that already know, Asherah is my inner child. For those of you who don't know, that's my teddy bear. I had to go back into healing and get something that reminded me of my childhood, and I used to have a brown bear. Very similar to the philosophy or way of thinking that the Egyptians had, which is something that I've only just found about, so we're going to learn about this together. So, Asherah is my inner child. She's the little girl in me that obviously existed from the very, very beginning. And she has had quite a traumatic start to life. Okay, so, Asherah was brought up in what I understand now to be an abusive household. So my dad was very physically violent with my mom. Don't get me wrong, I don't think either parent was perfect, to be honest, but you know, my mom experienced a lot of that, and obviously carrying me in pregnancy, she would have had all of those anxieties and emotions and fear, etc. And then giving birth, obviously whatever was going on. And my mom and dad separated when I was about 2 years of age, and my mom left under what she describes to be dire circumstances, meaning that she picked us up and she ran, and she moved, and we ended up going to Dudley and getting our names changed by default and everything else. So like I said, quite serious. Just to let you know a little bit about Asherah, she's called Asherah because that's my nickname, what I had when I was a little girl, as well as the fact that my name's Asherah, so that's where the ash comes from. And as I said, I used to eat the ash out of the ashtray. I'm not shamed. There we go. That's some actual shit that I'm proud of. So that's Sasha's energy, and different energies come in at different times. But this is me. I'm Asherah. Okay, I'm very giggly. I get very, very happy, very, very easily. I'm very, very excited. You know, everything is new, everything is magical. Okay, it just fucking is. It's magical. It's such a fucking magical place to be, isn't it? How big,